Beside him is Jose Julian Garcia. Watch out for him. He was quick in warm-up this morning. Third place is Takuma Matsuyama. Second row, Ivan Ortola. Daniel Holgado, championship leader, who has that long lap penalty. Diogo Moreira in 6th. 7th is Jose Antonio Rueda, Joel Kelso and David Salvador. And row 4, Syarifuddin Azman, Josh Watley and Scott Ogden. Watch out for Marco Tapia in 13th. David Alonso 14th. He has a long lap penalty as well. And Luca Lanetta in 15th. Clement Rouge is in 16th, Jonsson van den Gorberg is 17th, and the first of the Munoz in 18th. The second Munoz brother is in 19th, from David Real, Sho Nishimura in 21st. The next row of the grid is Gerard Rieu, Noah Detwiller and Colin Vaya, followed up by Nicola Carraro, Senna Aguis and Bill van Erde. Then rounding out the grid we have Tachiko Musari, Mattia Volpi, Raffaele Fusco, Filippo Farioli, Eddie O'Shea, Alessandro Morosi and Marcos Ruda.
Tachikon Bawazri, the Thai rider, in case we've got anybody from Thailand tuning in, which I'm sure we do. They love their Grand Prix racing down there, unfortunately. Just has the advantage on top-end speed. They're both tucked in the slipstream. One goes left, one goes right, and they fire their way to the front of this race. But the Pocket Rocket Rueda, he must weigh, what, no less than 6 or 5 stone, dripping wet through.
Yeah.
And he's no more than 5 foot as well. As you can see on the bike, he's certainly helping him down that start-finish straight.
Yeah, only about as heavy as a couple of bags of sugar, right? He's absolutely featherweight, isn't he? And it's certainly helping him on the straight there, as Mario Adji's certainly getting a bit busy. Azman's all the way out on the green. I think he got forced out there by one of the Munoz boys. But yeah, holding station for now. And Holgado, look at this, just when it gets down to crunch time, up into those top 2 positions. He's a gamer, isn't he? He really is a proper racer.
Yeah, Holgado just always seems to find his way back into the top 2 or 3 places as we get into the closing laps. Hiroshi Ayama, pensive.
Yes.
I think is the best way to put it.
Certainly, yeah, looking very nervous. And of course, Hiroshi Ayama, absolutely instrumental in the development of all those guys under his wing. Trains with them, gives them advice, everything. So certainly he will have told them 100 times what to do in this sort of scenario. So Mario Adji really, well, he's armed with very good knowledge indeed, and certainly very good performance on the brakes. As we see him now coming down to turn 10, he's going to dive bomb Daniel Munoz and up into 4th.
And this will be a warning shot for Mario Adji, both the 13 of Marco Tapia and the 19 of Alessandro Morosi. Tapia in 10th, Morosi a little bit further down the field, have been handed long lap penalties for track limits. So Adji has to be careful here. He will be handed a long lap penalty if he continues to go into the green stuff. Ever since been handed that warning, he's been keeping it on the tarmac and not onto the green stuff. So let's hope that can continue. We've now just 2 laps remaining here in Montmello, and it's Rueda that leads the way from Munoz and Holgado. 7 riders battling it out for win, and all 7 of them have an equal chance at victory here.
Yeah, look at this, about 4 or 5 abreast. Holgado right on the outside. Look at David Munoz looking across at him, and it seems as though Holgado's just swept it over the nose and into the lead, but he's in a Munoz sandwich with them 1st and 3rd.
Daniel Munoz hits the front then, but he's wide through turn 3. A chance for both Holgado and David Munoz to come through, but he'll hold on to it as we come up towards turn 4. Here comes Holgado looking up the inside, no way through. Oh, big moment, big moment for the race leader Daniel Munoz. The front end went from beneath in them. He's just able to hold on, but he's dropped back down to 6th place as a result, and Holgado will hit the front.
Yep, new pair of undercrackers, please, for that man. That was a huge moment. Fair play trying to save it, but it does mean he's got a whole load of work to do now with a lap and a half. As see Rueda, he's making a move down up into the inside at turn 7. He goes up into P3. And we have a yellow flag at Marshall Post 2, but that's not going to affect these guys on this lap at least. So hopefully that is all sorted by the time we get... Well, it just pops up a crash.
Yeah, incorrect graphic, that one. The 64 David Munoz is still there in 4th place. Here's a dress rehearsal for 1 lap time. Holgado hard onto the brakes, wow. He just about gets it stopped. The rear end kicking out there, and he absolutely parked it. There's Clement Rouget, just been helped away after crashing out at turn number 2. Back at the front though, and it's still Holgado that leads into the final sector for the penultimate time. Let's see if that gas machine has got the legs to be able to take him to the start-finish line in case it's a drag to the flag in 1 lap's time. Here we go, Holgado out to the final corner. Adji gets a good run. Has that Honda got the top end to be able to draft its way past? Here comes the start-finish line there, and that gas machine has got some legs on it. It looks as though Holgado, if he leads out the final corner, surely will be able to make it 4 in a row. But he's got problems. Yellow flags waving. Yellow flags were waving there, and Adji has hit the front, and it looks as though he wasn't the only man to move through, with David Munoz also going through. So let's just bear that in mind here. Mario Adji has hit the front, but he did make his move to hit the front with yellow flags clearly waving.
Yep, so there may well be some doubt cast over this result at the end of this lap. But look at that, 4 abreast. Wow, who was that? That was Holgado being pushed all the way out. So championship leader, the man that's won 3 in a row, going for 4. He's all the way back in 6th. He's got a lot of work to do now. And even for Holgado, this may well be too much.
Well, he's got a target on his back as the championship leader. And you could see that there with both Estrella Galicia boys, Azman and Rueda, nudging him out of the way. Azman has come from nowhere. He's sort of kept in the shadows of this leading group, but he's up there in 4th. He's just had 3rd stolen away by the 17 of Daniel Munoz. Meanwhile, the fight for victory is down to these leading 2, Mario Adji and David Munoz. Daniel Munoz there as well. Adji is going to be so late on the brakes here. You're going to have to be a brave man to outbrake him into the final corner. But here comes Munoz. Contact between the pair of them. He pushes them wide, does Daniel Munoz. And there is disappointment in the junior talent team box. A chance at victory blown for Mario Adji through no fault of his own. And suddenly into the final sector. And it's Azman that leads. The Malaysian has hit the front, lurking in the shadows for the majority of this race. But suddenly he'll lead them into the final corner. Rueda, his teammate, will look to squeeze through on Munoz ahead of him, but victory for the first time in his Junior World Championship career will go the way of Syarifuddin Azman. What a race, what a victory for the Malaysian.
What an incredible performance. Outstanding last few laps from Syarifuddin Azman. How on earth did he avoid all the chaos there? I think every single rider had 3 or 4 huge moments coming down into turn 10 there, but the one man, cool, calm and collected, Azman picked his line and sived through from 10th on the grid. What a ride.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. A best result previously of 4th place. This is Malaysia's next young hope. That is guaranteed, with boss Razlan Razli here in attendance as well, with the 6th squad on the side of his bike, delighting their box. The underdog has come through and taken a debut victory. Incredible scenes. You can see Razlan Razli there in the side of the picture. He will be delighted with this one. And look at this. He's come from nowhere. He was 5th going into turn 10. Contact between David Munoz and Adji, then Daniel Munoz won in ride. And suddenly he's come through from nowhere to hit the front. I bet he could not believe his luck.
Oh, incredible. 5th to 1st in one corner. You can see there, heartbreak for Mario Adji's team, the junior talent team. He rode an incredible race at the front the whole race long. But that man, I mean, you just saw him on the outside, casual like a Sunday cruise, just tipped it in. And, well, I mean, everyone went wide and he just drove it under and got that Honda all the way up into P1. Superb stuff from the young Malaysian. Fantastic.
Wow. Delight for the Estrella Galicia squad as well, because not only has Syarifuddin Azman picked up a debut victory in the championship, but we've also got a first ever podium for Jose Antonio Rueda as well. The young Spaniard, just 15 years of age, will step up onto a Junior World Championship podium for the first time, as will this man as well, David Munoz, leading the Red Bull Rookies Championship at the moment. And now he's jumping onto the podium in the Junior World Championship as well. What a couple of weeks it's been for him. Victory in the Red Bull Rookies in Mugello, and now, having battled through from 19th on the grid, he's onto the podium, having finished 2nd. An incredible way to start the day in Barcelona. Azman was not given a prayer at the start of this race, having started a long way back on the grid, but he's battled his way through to hit the front. 5th into the into turn 10 and somehow he's won the race. Incredible. Holgado, though, he will extend his championship lead, 4th place after a long lap penalty. I'm sure he will be disappointed not to have continued that winning streak, but the championship leader picking up a valuable 13 points, especially with the fact that his closest championship rival, David Salvador, couldn't see the checkered flag. And also a shout out for Ivan Ortola, having crashed out in the early stages, did battle his way through to a top 10 finish. 6 points for him. But here are the celebrations in Parc Fermé. Azman, understandably delighted with his first ever win. He's onto the podium for the 2nd time in recent memory after taking a podium in Valencia in the Red Bull Rookies late last year. But this is the first time he's produced the goods in Repsol FIM CEV. It's another debut podium for David Munoz. He has made his way to the podium after breaking down on the cool-down lap. And for the first time in Junior World Championship history, it's victory for Syarifuddin Azman. An incredible victory for Azman. What a day for Malaysia as well. They will be quite rightly excited about what's to come for Syarifuddin Azman. They've been waiting a long, long time for a superstar, and they may well have one. Is he going to be the next Malaysian to reach MotoGP after Hafiz Syahrin? We'll just have to wait and see. A long way to go yet, but what a start to life. And surely he is the first man to take victory in FIM CV Repsol from Malaysia since the fish, Hafiz Syahrin. I'm sure he'll be watching on delighted to see his compatriot, Syarifuddin Azman, lift the race winners trophy for the first time in his career. €400 to help the car journey back to Malaysia as well.
Yeah, I'm sure that will also be spent on a McDonald's tonight. A well-deserved one. Obviously, one more race to go for these guys later, but here's the national anthem.
Okay, enhorabuena, congratulations para
the Malaysian national anthem ringing out here in Barcelona for Syarifuddin Azman.